Hello friends, myself Neelam, Assistant Professor SBD PG College Dhampur. Welcome to our class. Today we are going to discuss about the psychoanalytical theory which is given by Sigmund Freud. So, Sigmund Freud was known as a founding father of psychoanalysis, a theory which explains human behavior and a mental illness treatment. What is psychoanalysis? Psychoanalysis is often known as the talking cure. It is a method where patients talk freely regarding their symptoms and to describe exactly what was on their mind. This is a figure which demonstrates Freud's topographic model of the mind. This is also known as the mental iceberg. Here we see three levels. The lowest one is known as unconscious level. This is the level of mind which comprises violence motives, fears, irrational wishes, shameful experiences, unacceptable sexual behaviors, desires. Above this, the next level is preconscious level. This is the level which comprises memories, stored knowledge, and the topmost level is conscious level, which has thoughts and perceptions. Next, labels of the mind. If we go with the levels of mind, the first is conscious. This is also known as immediate awareness. Communicating to the outside world and the inner self through speech, pictures, writing, physical movements, and thoughts. Only level of mental life that are directly available to us. If we see the iceberg, this is on the tip of the iceberg. The second one is preconscious level. This is also known as accessible memories. It exists just below conscious. The preconscious contains thoughts and feelings that a person is not currently aware of, but which can easily be brought to conscious. For example, if you were asked what you watched last night or what you had for breakfast this morning, you would be pulling that information out of your preconscious mind. Actually, this label is also work as gatekeeper between the conscious and unconscious part of the mind. It allows only certain pieces of information to pass through and enter conscious awareness. The next level is unconscious level. So friends, unconscious mind is the primary source of human behavior. Like an iceberg, the most important part of the mind is the part you cannot see. Here we stored all the memories, all the experience, all the beliefs that are not easily acceptable in the society, or they are full, or they are shameful. All these kind of memories are stored in this unconscious mind. So it is the storehouse of all significant and disturbing memories and experience which we need to keep out of awareness because they are too threatening to acknowledge fully. This process is known as repression. Repression is the main cause of mental illness. So, in the psychoanalytical theory or the treatment, we try to recover these repressions or these memories. Freud, according to Freud, This unconscious mind governs behavior to a greater degree than people suspect. This is the main cause of behavior controlling of a person. Now, we will discuss about the structural concept of the human personality. If we go here, Freud believed human behavior resulted from interaction of three important parts of the personality: the id, ego, and superego. If we show this picture, here we describe that ego and superego have all labels of the minds, whereas it has only the unconscious mind. Actually, id is known as the reservoir of psychic energy, most primitive part of the mind with which we are born. Operations on pleasure principle. No to gain pleasure, avoid pain, driven by sexual and aggressive urge. It is the most basic part of the personality and wants instant significance for our wants and needs. We can explain this with the help of this example. Here, uh, Sally was thirsty. Rather than waiting for the server to refill her glass of water, she reached across the table and drank from Mr. Smith's water glass, much to his surprise. The second part of structure of personality is ego. The ego is executive of personality, dealing with the reality. It's a balance between id and super ego. The ego develops from the id during infancy, the age of 2 or 3 years, trying to meet the desire of id in a way that is socially acceptable. It operates in both the conscious and preconscious mind. Ego recognizes that other people have needs and wants too, and that being selfish is not always good for us in the long run. Here we can explain this with the help of an example. So, Sally was thirsty. However, she knew that her server would be back soon to refill her water glass. So she waited until then to get a drink, even though she really just wanted to drink from Mr. Smith's glass. And now the structure of personality, which is known as superego, is also known as upholder of values and ideals. Superego develops last during early childhood and is responsible for ensuring moral standards are followed. This operates on the principle that is known as morality principle and motivations us to behave in a socially responsible and acceptable manner. This can be exemplified. Shara knew that she could steal the supplies from work and no one would know about it. However, she knew that stealing was wrong, so she decided not to take anything even though she would probably never get caught. So, here we can understand that the id, ego, and superego, these all three works together in creating a behavior. I mean, a human's behavior is totally dependent on all these three labels. The id is creator that creates demands. The ego adds the need of reality. With the superego adds morality to the action which is taken. So friends, this is it. I hope you like this video. Thank you.